I turned a pair of drumsticks into over $10 million revenue, then went on to win the Young Business Person of the Year award and a local hero medal in the New Zealander of the Year competition. In this video, I'm going to give you my top 7 cash flow hacks that helped me totally transform my business and how I handled the finances and budgeting. And if you stay to the end, I'll also teach you how to be the best drummer in the world without needing a drum kit or a pair of drumsticks. Let's get into it. Step number 1 is you need to make your budget visual so you can see what's going on. If you've ever stared at spreadsheets and numbers and downloads from your accounting software and you're trying to figure out like, hey, I know these numbers are meant to tell me a story, I can't see the story, it's not because you're stupid, it's just you're not having the information displayed to you in a clear way that you can really understand it. So I like to set everything up so I can see everything with beautiful charts. Things are written in plain English to make sense of all the information that I'm getting so I can make better and smarter decisions for my business. Number 2, you want to make sure that you budget everything in your business. Now you might be thinking, of course I'm going to budget everything, but hang on just a moment. Some accounting softwares don't actually let you budget things like asset purchases, loan repayments, tax payments. These are all real expenses that are going to come out of your account on certain dates, and so I want to make sure that I put all those things in my business because I don't want any big nasty surprises where I think I have this much money and then on a certain day it drops a whole chunk that I hadn't budgeted and planned. So number 2, budget everything in your business. Number 3, you want to make sure that you've set up a visual cash flow graph that's projecting the future and what's going to happen with your bank balance and your money in your business. Now in life we can't predict what is exactly going to happen. In business we can't predict the massive storms that are going to happen. It could be a flood or an earthquake or another COVID thing or something like this, a big disruption. But if we lay out our budget and everything goes to plan, we can see exactly what's going to happen. And so this means that if we set up a cash flow graph, if there is a storm where something's happened and we know, oh, we're going to get really low on money in October and I'm in January right now, well, I've got plenty of time to prevent that drama from ever happening. And so that's why you want to visually display a cash flow graph forecasted so you can see how healthy your cash flow is going to look. Number 4, you want to make sure that you have a system to set aside the exact amount of tax that you owe in your bank account, so there's no nasty surprises. I don't know if you've ever had a nasty tax surprise where you get a bill and you just think, oh, I had not planned for that. It absolutely sucks. And so I set up a system to automate that so it tells me every week, hey, this is how much you owe in tax. I make sure that I have that set aside in my bank account. It takes me about 15 seconds to log into internet banking, transfer it across on my phone. Done. Peace of mind. So that is number 4. Make sure you've got a little automated system that tells you this is exactly how much you owe in tax for your business, and you can set it aside and just not have to worry about it at all. Number 5, make sure that you haven't budgeted to spend more than you actually earn, right? I remember different seasons where I was just working so hard that I just, you spend what you need to keep everything going and you just kind of hope that it all works out. A lot of people run their business like that. It's super stressful. You don't need to, and it can be fixed really, really easily. So I use a chart that just shows me, hey, here's how much you're planning to spend, here's how much you're planning to earn, and so you can see whether there is a gap and whether you are overspending or not. Now, you might say, well, I've got really lumpy revenue or I've got really lumpy expenses from month to month. They're drastically different. Well, that's where you would use something like these bubbles here that would tell you this is the average over the 12 months or 6 months or whatever period you want to set. This is telling you, on average, here's how much you're earning, here's how much you're spending, and you can see whether you're overspending or you're leaving significant room for profit. Number 6 is you want to make sure that you have a little number that you can look at instantly, and it tells you the amount of runway that you have left in your business. If all hell broke loose and all your income dried up, how many weeks would your business last having to keep paying the expenses and the staff and yourself? How many weeks would it last until all the money just was gone? And so this is something that I set up so I have a little bubble and it tells me, hey, based on your last 12 months activity, you have enough money in the bank to last you, it might say X amount of months or X amount of weeks. And so you will know how much of an emergency fund you kind of need in your business, how much you're comfortable with. And so you can look at that and go, hey, I've got 3 months. Okay, I feel pretty good about that. Or if you find that way too low, you might go, hey, I've got 3 months, but I want to get to 12 months. And so every month you can be checking back and seeing how that's growing as you're saving, and then it gives you a target to hit, so you have that total peace of mind that you've got a long runway if anything bad was to ever happen and dry up your income. And number 7 is that you should get Hello Cashflow. It's a software that I've been showing you on screen, and honestly with a couple clicks it'll automatically sync with your accounting software, and it just brings all your numbers to life. So if you struggle staring at the spreadsheets and everything, this does it instantly. You don't have to build anything, and I can honestly tell you that no single software has changed my life or my business more than Hello Cashflow. So if you want to check it out, go to hellocashflow.com, and honestly it'll be like saying goodbye to financial stress and confusion, and Hello Cashflow, that's its name. So there's my 7 cash flow hacks that will change your business. Now, final thing I promised you, I showed you how you can be the best drummer in the world without a drum kit or a pair of drumsticks. So go to the kitchen, get a wooden spoon, and here's how you become the best drummer in the world. You've just got to spin your sticks like this. You put it in the middle of a peace sign, paddle it like a kayak, go faster and faster, turn it sideways, and now you're a rock star. So go impress your partner, your family, your kids, your friends with that one, and I hope you go check out hellocashflow.com.